Hello YouTubers, welcome to part 5 of my How to Avoid Cube Rotations video series. Today I'll be going over how to utilize those two edge orienting tricks that I taught you in a way that will actually be somewhat useful. So in other words, in a way that doesn't mess up the corner that you're associated with it. And also just basically to give you a visual way of imagining how these edges are going to be oriented and unoriented, so that you could then know exactly what your edge orienting is going to do and where it's going to put the corner, where it's going to put the edge relative to the corner. So, starting from the front two slots, it's very easy. It's actually very simple to know how what you're doing with the edge orienting is going to affect the cube. And that's because from the front two slots we use hedge slammers and sledgehammers, which are the same thing forward and backward, just inverse and not. And sledgehammers and hedge slammers are specifically only utilize 3 gens of movement: the R, the U, and the F. But it only uses the U once when we come through, and the rest of the time it leaves intact this entire back left block, assuming we're doing it from the front right, or the back right block, assuming we're doing it from the back left. So it leaves directly opposite of whatever slot is open or that you're using to do at your sledgehammer, and it leaves that corner, if it was there, unaltered. So that's where we want the corner whenever we're doing sledgehammers or hedge slammers to orient the edge, while from the front or back slots, or from the front or front, right, and front and left slots. So for instance, this right here, I could just do a hedge slammer, and knowing that this corner is not going to be affected, I could even put my finger here, just do a hedge slammer and toss it in. And I also could do a sledgehammer, which would toss my pair in, but that wouldn't really be useful. Or I could go through like this. And the same would be true for the left-hand side, except it would be mirrored over to the other side. Now, that's the easiest when, as you can see, from when they're open and when they're on the top layer. And if you have them from the second layer here, it works in the exact same way. Just realize that when you take something out with something like a sledgehammer, we actually take the edge and just pop it right to the front. Just a simple little rule to memorize. Sledgehammer will pop it to the front. Hedge slammer will pop it to the right. Just the direction of the way the things work. So I'll know that this edge, which is unoriented, will become oriented and oriented right here. So if I had my corner over here and I did this, it would not be beneficial. It would actually end up creating an unpaired, it would create a lot of chaos here. And also that corner would not be in its safe zone of this back 4 over here. So I would make sure that if I had a corner here, put it over there first before I do my hedge slammer. Sledgehammer, which will then put it in place. For the back two slots, for the back left two slots, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to do that in a separate video. But yeah, so if you have the edges if you have your edge either on the top or in the middle, just from the front left or front right, it's simple sledgehammer usage, and it'll always create a little block, 4x1 block over here, directly opposite of whatever side you're doing your sledgehammer on. So look forward to the next video.